Hello, my friends. This is Erin, and I am going to show you my planner and journal lineup for 2022. And I'm not super organized, but I have everything here in front of me, and I think I remembered everything. So I'm just going to go through it one at a time. I will show you. I have this, and then these two. And I think that covers everything. So let me start with, I guess I'll just start from the top. So this is obviously Hobonichi Weeks. Let me just tuck that in here. I just started setting this up. I have been in this one for 2021 and just about finished with it. I am moving into this one for December and the end of November because, first of all, it does begin there, but also because I celebrate Advent as a Catholic, so Advent begins 4 Sundays before Christmas, and it's the beginning of the church year, like the new year for the church calendar, and so that's one of my New Year's. I celebrate a few, but it's an important time for me, and it just so happens that this calendar starts the Monday after that first Sunday of Advent. So I miss one day, but otherwise it's like my new year right there, which I think is really cool. So what I am going to do, and this is just as an aside, I am going to keep going in this one, but I'm going to just do like a quick little December daily type thing in here of just like noting the holiday season and maybe add some more stuff that I wouldn't have room for in my normal planning. So that is cool. I think I'm pretty excited about that. Another note about this is that this planner was, if you've seen any of my other videos, this is kind of my everything planner, and I do work and home stuff in here. And if you don't know me, then let me just tell you that I'm a stay-at-home mom and artist, and so and I have an Etsy shop and stuff. So this has just been everything, and obviously it's not that much space. So I have found that at certain times, I can make lists like that, but if I have a heavy work week, there's not a lot of room to put things like grocery lists or menus for the week or whatever, home type stuff. And so it feels like I'm always battling for room. I feel like it has plenty of room, but then when I have work and home stuff in here, it's just maybe a little too crowded. So what I'm doing is I got an official work planner this year. It's been a while since I've had a separate planner, and I think it's going to be really good for me. This one is the Take a Note, and it has this Tivik cover. I think it's Tivik cover on it, which is just a really thin paper, but that's what it looks like. And if you're unfamiliar with I think I probably won't put that back on right now. The Take a Note has really nice, clean, open pages with not a lot of stuff going on, which I really like. So I have the freedom to write and decorate as I choose, or not decorate, because it's a work planner. I might not do a ton of decor. What's different about it, and that what a lot of people don't like about it, is that it has this interesting spread where it's got this week at a glance kind of over here, like a horizontal. So similar to the weeks, this little part right here. And then it has 3 days vertically, and then the next 4 days of the week are on the next page. So I think that for people in a normal job, maybe like Monday to Friday, or just a lot of different professions, this would be confusing because you're just not looking at the week at a whole. as a whole, you're looking at kind of half a week. But for me and my job, because it's very fluid and very, like, my weeks are not normal anyways, because my husband works a weird schedule, and we just don't have the same schedule every week. I think that this isn't going to be a big deal for me to split the week in half, especially because I don't think in weeks like that, or at least not for work stuff. So I don't know. It's kind of an experiment. I've never tried this planner before, and I like a lot of things about it. One thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to ignore the time on the side, because I don't time block like that typically, because my days are mostly spent with my kids. And time blocking just doesn't work for my type of work. But what I think I'll do is I'll divide the page so that the top of the page will be for daily kind of important tasks I need to get done on that day. And they're usually only a couple. And then the rest of the space, so like if you can imagine this being divided about here, the rest of the space would be for just notes and stuff, things that I'm working on that week. And there is actually, I don't know if you can see that, but there is kind of a light gray kind of dividing line. So that's probably where I'll divide it. So that's my work planner. I am very excited to get into it. I wish that it started already, because I just can't wait. I think it's going to be really good for me. In the past year, I have used the Hobonichi Weeks alongside, I had this set up as a work planner, which you can see in a previous video. I'm pretty sure I'll try to link that. But that never worked for me for various reasons. And then I've also had notebooks like this notebook, and a couple other similar style of just like notebooks where I've just written down notes and notes and notes, and that works, but it gets lost for me. I'm not a good bullet journaler in the way that you can like index things and keep track of stuff. I'm not successful at that, and I don't plan on ever trying to be, because I don't think it works with my brain. I'm just not that naturally organized or organized in that way. But I do think in terms of like when things happen, and when I was thinking about this, I was also thinking about this. So I feel like if it's in a planner with dates in that particular week I was working on certain things, then I can probably find it that way. I hope that makes sense. So basically I'm getting rid of this and another notebook. Oh, I also worked in this one last year. This is a Techo or something like that. It's just a Tomoe River paper. It was a really nice notebook. I think this is a B6 size, but this was mostly from 2020. But I wrote so many things in here, and they just get lost. Lists and notes from classes that I take and all kinds of stuff, all related to my work. But then I just don't ever know how to find it again once I write it down. And that's become a little bit of a problem. So I plan on just doing all the note type things in this, keeping it organized that way. And I think that's going to be great. And then that'll free up my Hobonichi Weeks for just home stuff, so I can do more menu planning, and just my oldest is now in school, so writing school stuff down, just, life. So those are my two planners. I don't think I have another straight planner here. This one is sort of a planner. I just set this up. I'm still working on it. In here, I have this Nolty. I don't know what this is called, but looks like this. It's really nice. It's really nice paper. It's a great size. It's not A6. This is an A6 Chic Sparrow, but I don't know what that is, pocket, or I don't know what it is. But what I'm gonna do in here is, I think, track finances and possibly health stuff. I'm still figuring this out. That's one of the things that I haven't been good at in the past, is just keeping track of things like finances and spending and health stuff. All that just gets filed away in my brain where I just don't access it very often. So in my experience with my journaling and planners and all that, the more I put it in front of my face, obviously the more I'm going to do about it, the more I'm going to think about it. And so this next year, I'm making a conscious effort to put it in front of my face more often. So I'm still working out how this is going to work, but I like that there's just, space for me to, there's monthlies and weeklies, and then this open space on the right, where I can figure out, where that information goes, daily spending, bills, and then there's this nice little reference book in the back for addresses and memo, which I plan to use as like a family reference book. So also some financial stuff, like, information that we need, but also kids, doctor stuff, health stuff. So it could become like family, like important stuff book. and that way, if I needed to, I can just pull this little guy out and take it with me if I need to have that information out and about. This is just a notebook. It's Midori light A6 that I tried doing financial stuff in before, but basically it's just an extra notebook for me to write down when I need to work out a problem, like a financial problem. And that happens a lot in like my business, figuring out prices for things and keeping track of what I've charged in the past and just stuff like that. Notes. It's not really going to be for reference. It's just going to be like a place to hold that information. And then this part is, this is a, you know what it is. It's a, it's a plain notebook from Hobonichi in the A6, and by this artist, Yuka Hiragi. Sorry, I probably butchered that. But I just set it up as a goals and visions journal. And what I'm putting in here is simply that, my goals and visions. This is very personal, but it's just a place for me to creatively put down my dreams, like what I'm working toward. And I feel like that's going to help me keep up with this stuff, if that makes sense. So I am going to put my visions of where I want to be in here, and then work out all the details of how to get there in here. And obviously it's not all having to do with finances and health, but I feel like those are integral to where I'm headed. I have to get this stuff sorted out in order to be the person I want to be in the future. And so, and a lot of these are also business related, like the types of things I want to do in the future. And, but it's all connected. It's all, and I have to be healthy in order to do those things. And we have to be fiscally responsible for me to do those things. And so this is very new, but I'm really excited about having a space where I can just focus on those things. And it's important to me that it looks, it's attractive, and it is me, and it feels like me, and the paper's nice, and it feels good to be in here. I think that's really important. And I think in the past, I've always put this type of stuff in sort of like, the extra random place that I don't really care about. And I feel like it has to be special in order for me to pay attention to it. And so that's what I'm doing. It's a really nice little setup. And looking forward to working in that. All right, what's next? So I guess those are more of the planner related things. I don't think I have any other planner related things. So let me talk about this one next. So this is a Hobonichi Techo Avec in the A6. It's very cute. And in this journal, I plan on doing sort of what I've been doing in my cousin, which is huge compared to this, which is just very creative journaling. I've done a little bit of work planning in here lately, but mostly it's a creative journal and kind of a memory keeper. I am moving to the A6 because this is just, it's a lot to keep up with. It's too much. And I find that I don't really need it. I just don't need that much space because I do a lot of different types of journaling, and trying to put it all in here is just too much. It takes, and so like it's, you know, fallen off. I kind of keep up with sticking a few things in here and there. I've been working a lot on my holiday shop, so I'm just kind of putting things down from that, just kind of scraps from my desk. So I keep up with putting things in here, but it's a lot of space to fill. So I decided that an A6 would be the way for me to go in the future. And I plan on doing similar things. Kind of what this has been for me is a way for me to work out ideas and play. I just play by putting things down on the page and then color and shapes and all. It actually feeds into my artwork, and my artwork feeds into this. It's a very healthy ecosystem. So I didn't want to quit it because I think having the pressure of a daily journal is actually really good for me, because I feel like I have to keep up with it, and I think I need that. But I just don't need so much space to have to keep up with every day. So I'm looking forward to this. I think that it'll probably, I feel like everyone, so this is my third book like this, because I did the full 2021, 2 books, and then half of the year 2020. So each one of those, the 3 books, have been slightly different as I hone my style and just have different things going on in my life during that time. So I look forward to seeing how this one will be, because I think it'll probably be quite different. One of the things I think will be different about it is I feel like I'll probably put more of my own art in here than I have in previous books, and I think that's a good progression. I really enjoy putting other people's artwork in my journal, and magazine cutouts and patterns, pattern paper, and things like, I mean, stickers and all the things that we like to put in there. But what I found is all that, I mean, I'll still do that, but I feel like I'm moving more towards knowing who I am as an artist and what I like, and it's a playground for me to work that out. So in a way, this is not changing that much, but it is a very different size. And then I have this beautiful Hobonichi leather lilac cover that I am really thrilled with. It's very special, and this is a very sacred part of my of my daily journaling life. So that's that. This is a MD diary. What is it called? Is it called 3? Sorry, I wish I knew what it was called. I can't remember. I think it's the MD Diary, but it's the full year version. I might have to put something on the screen for that, but it's the one with, it's over 365 pages. It's, so it's more than a page a day, at least a page a day. And then it's got the monthlies up front. I chose this one to be like my 5-year journal. So I have struggled with wanting a 5-year journal and then not really wanting it, well, not wanting to pay for it. They're expensive. For one main reason, I don't like the way that their pages look, and I'm very particular about my pages. I don't like I don't like ruled lines. I just find that it doesn't work for my style of writing and I feel it's too constrictive, and I don't like boxes, you know. I like for things to be open. Grid is okay as long as it's not too dark. Dots are fine if they're not too dark, but I really love a blank page. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to make this my however many years journal. I'm calling it my Perpetual journal. And so this calendar is for 2022. It will be outdated after this next year. But I think what I'll do is try to keep it kind of clean so I can just keep a record of things like birthdays or maybe major events. And I can write the date beside it. It'll be just a very simple, and I might not even use these monthlies that much, but I might just write in family birthdays and stuff just to have them in here. But the main part of the book is the dailies. And I've gone ahead and written the date, obviously not the year, but just the date all throughout the book. And what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to go ahead and start pretty soon here because there's some things I want to make a note of that have happened this year. So, for instance, on November 6th, I had an opportunity to speak at a conference, and so I want to make a note of that. That was a big deal for me, and so I'll write down something about that happening, and then I'll put the date. So I'll just put 21 beside it. And then I'll keep doing that, and I'll draw pictures, and I might do some stamping, but I won't do any kind of like collage, stickers, anything that might bulk up the pages because there are a lot of pages. But basically, this gives me the freedom to not have to do it every day. And it also gives me the freedom to use this same book for 20 years if I want to. I can write things down about my kids, about things that just happen, things that I want my family to be able to look back in the future. So even like my grandkids could look through this and just kind of see a little snippet of our lives at this time. I think it's really special. I know these books are well made, so I feel pretty confident that this will last the test of time. This will hold up, and I do want to get a leather cover for it at some point. Just a simple folio type to cover it. But other than that, I mean, it's just a place for me to put important things. I hope I'm not being too long-winded. I feel like this is a lot of information for one little chat with you, but we're like more than halfway there, so stick with me. Real quick, this is my like spiritual growth, Bible study, prayer journal. So this one's more for notes. This is actually getting ready for the talk that I did. So those are a bunch of notes. And then this is the main, like, my prayer, Bible study, anything that has to do with my faith can go in here. And I'm not in here every day, unfortunately. I'm really, really bad at doing things daily. But when I do get in here, I like being sort of loosely creative. So I'm not very picky about it. I don't try to be super neat. That's my daughter's little drawing there. I just put a few little stickers down or something and write, and it's really nice. In the bag, which I won't show you, but I have kind of flipped it over upside down and started in the back and started writing prayer, just like prayers, my own prayers in the back. And so that way I can write for as long as I want, and I'll just meet in the middle somewhere. And that's that. This is a little cover that I made from an art piece that I made, and it feels like a blanket. It's very comforting to me, so that's why I put those books in there. And okay, these are the last two. I'll talk about this first. This is a fairly new, I think I acquired this past year. It's a blue traveler's notebook. And it's very dark, especially in the lighting. It's very dark navy. I'm hoping it'll get more light. I like the lighter looking ones, so I just need to it feels very stiff right now. I think it's cold. Cold in here. This is my creative writing journal. In this insert, I think I just switched some things around, so it's probably not. So I think what I have in here, 3 notebooks. One's for nonfiction, one's for fiction, and this is it's going to be like a vision board, or like, I don't know. So this is a new thing for me. I do work on this type of stuff occasionally, but I've wanted to set up a journal that's specifically for this, so that I have a place for it to be, a home for it. So it becomes, once again, it's one of those things I want to make more important in my life. So I made a journal for it so that it will be more important. This is just some extra papers. So I just was playing around with this more recently, and I haven't completely set it up. So I'll probably talk more about this in the future, but it's just a place for my writing ideas mostly. And I have a really pretty little Baumkuin leather tag here that says, "Imagination will take you everywhere," with a little paper airplane and the world. And paper airplanes have great significance for me. So I like that they have these products, which also I have down here. The little paper airplane brass little charm on the leather bookmark type thing. So for me, it signifies prayer. There's a long story, which I won't go into now, but there's that. And then I have this beautiful the Superior Labor brass star. And then this is from Baumkuin too. This is Be the Light. I'm not really sure if you can see that. Leather little tag thing. I've been this year working on dressing up my journals, especially this one, because this feels like a sacred place for me. It feels like home. It feels very comforting, and I just want to keep that feeling going. Like, I want to treat it very special, because the more I'm in here, I feel like the more I become myself. And so it means a lot to me. So I buy jewelry for it because it means a lot to me. in here is this first insert that is just a regular insert, 003. That is my Commonplace book. So there's quotes and book notes and stuff. There's some knitting notes here, some knitting notes. And then I also, when we went on a trip recently and I was at that conference, I did like some travel journaling loosely and took notes from the conference in here. Because, you know, it's a Commonplace book. Anything can go in here. So it's a nice place to just have to take notes. This is my like journal, my long form, more private journal. But I also do decorating in here for me. Yeah, it's a really special place for me. And then I can, of course, write as much as I want, which is usually not more than a page or two. I'm not very long-winded in my writing these days, but it's enough. It's a really good place for me to be. I have this insert in here that I just got on Amazon. It's nothing special. It's like a knockoff of the special ones, but I like the color. And then this is a new acquisition from Bomcoin. This is the GU, their weekly collaboration with Travelers Company. I mean, they designed it there at Bomcoin. It's a very simple weekly layout where Monday through Friday are on the left side and Saturday and Sunday on the right with some open space above. And this is replacing this notebook, which is maybe the only thing that kind of fell off for me this year. I didn't keep up with this. I did pretty well the first half of the year, and then this is the second half. And I kind of did, like, I like this page. I tried to do some daily logging, just keeping track of memories. We went on a trip to Michigan in the summer and I wrote everything down. That was a good place to do that. But mostly it just didn't, I wasn't in here very often. And then I would try to catch up and, you know, there's just weeks where I didn't write anything. And I'm glad that I tried. I mean, I'm glad that I have what I do have. But I did find it redundant with the Hobonichi weeks because I would daily log important things in there. I would just write down what we did. So it felt redundant. And I also really dislike how narrow the columns are. For me, that doesn't work with my writing, with the way that I want to write. I don't feel free. I know that you can spill over and make it work, you know, write wider than that and still be able to see what day you're talking about. But I just personally don't think like that. I think that's why I don't like boundaries or constriction in my journaling or in my journals, because I follow them too much and I'd rather be free. And it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel, yeah, it doesn't feel right. Oh, and these yearly, monthly overview, what do you call these? Like the months, in the last one I did better, but I did try to keep track of what I was reading, which was a really cool place to do that. But then once again, I stopped doing that. I also read a lot less in the second half of the year. I was just too busy with other things. So anyways, I liked the idea of this, but I just wasn't happy with this particular notebook. And I just didn't think that it was necessary the way that I had been doing it. So I have a a really good plan for this one. I'm still working out the details and I'm not ready to talk about it yet. However, it is most closely like, it is similar to gratitude journaling, but a little bit more detailed, a little bit more to it than that. And it's something that I've been kind of developing for probably several years, probably a lot of years. It's the way my brain works, and it's something that I want to put in writing so that I can keep up with it better. Because, like, once again, if it's in front of my face and I can see it, then I keep up with it better. So I will share more about that once I'm ready to. I'm very excited about it. But we're just not there yet. So that's that. That is everything. I hope I didn't talk your ear off too much. I love to watch these videos. I love to see what other people are doing and thinking about in their journals and planners. So if you have, you know, a video or a post somewhere that I can look at, please share it below. I love them. And also, or just, you know, even if you don't have one of those things, just write it down below if you want to share with me what you're using, because I don't think I ever get tired of that. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope to see you again soon, as when things settle down a little bit. Things are very busy for me right now, and but I miss you, and I hope to be here more regularly soon. So anyways, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you later. Bye.